Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Okay, just put the bookings to the side. We'll do a little bit of just for warming up. Just start with going up and down on the feet. So very light. Just get the body moving. Keep everything relaxed. Coming up onto the toes, sinking down into the ground. As you do this, just become more and more relaxed. And then just swaying from side to side. Let the arms be heavy and just drag you across from side to side. Very lightly, just start to rotate. Again, let the arms hang loose. Swing them with the hips. Good. Okay, the feet a little bit closer together. Just rotations with the hips. Nice big. And then change direction. Good. Okay, for the knees, bringing the feet together. Going to come down, hold the position, and then come back and stretch the legs, stretch the knees back slightly. Down again. The knees together. Stretching back. Again. Back. And then nice, very small circles with the knees. One way, and then changing the other way. You bring the feet up wider, just stretch down with the hips. Sit into the posture. With the hands on the knees, you're just going to look over your shoulder. And then the other way. Change. And change. A little bit wider with the feet. You're just going to start to sway with the body. Don't hold the position, just rock. Just rock with the hip. Good. Start to increase the movement. Go lower, lower. And then as far as you can, just hold it down. Keeping the feet flat. So both feet flat on the ground. And just come to a position and hold it. Good. And then change the other side. And then coming down further, bringing the heel up and the toes up. Good. Changing. And just really wide, both toes facing forward. bringing the hands down to the ground. Just really stretch it. In this case, stretch the back of the body up. So push up through the body. Let the head hang loose. And if you can, from this position, release the hands. So release the hands. You clasp the arms at the back. Stretch up through the shoulders. Just release it. You slowly come back up. Good. Good, just for the shoulders, just rolling. Big circles. Try and involve the whole body in this. Roll through the whole body. That's it. And then backwards. Really opening the chest out. That's it. We'll do these exercises. The first one, you start shoulder width apart. This is a kind of swinging motion. It's really for the knees. You're gonna, to bring that hands up, you're gonna swing down with the body and then raise up. So it's a kind of swing down and then a raise back up. Keep the knees really flexible. So if you go, you kind of bounce back up. So swinging down and back up. Swinging down, back up. Keep the arms super heavy. That's it. Good. Yeah. Okay, the next one for the hips, you're going to be in this neutral position here. You're going to swing to one side. This hand finds the shoulder, and the other one finds the small of the back. Yeah. So you come to a neutral position and swing. Swing. And allow the hip to really direct the movement. So come neutral, swing. Find the shoulder and find the back. The arms. That's it. Good. Be careful in this exercise. You can do this actually, you can do this exercise a lot and do it very slow. But in this case, what you want to be careful of is rotating away from the body. So kind of twisting. In Aikido, you don't really want to twist the body. So you don't want to kind of twist out of the structure. You want to rotate and spiral down into the ground. So in this case, really try and find the middle. So when you do this, really try and sink down as you do it. Keep the spine in the middle of the body, but don't twist out. Don't twist out of the body. Keep everything down. So drop down. Sink down. It's a coiled and spiral. It's not a kind of twisting movement in this case. That's it. Good. 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 Okay, the last one is for the shoulders. You start in this position. Here, you're going to send one hand forward and one hand back. So you do, in this case, you roll here, and then you come here, this way. There's an opening front and back. Circle, 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 circle this way. Yeah? So this way. This is really for opening the shoulder. See the shoulder as a gate. It's kind of opening, closing. Good. Good. Great. Good. And just one detail in this one. It's a point that kind of comes up a lot. But the point when the arms are high, the tendency is for the body and the weight to be pulled out of the ground. Now, at this point, it's really important that the weight of the body is sinking. So when the hands are highest, actually my feeling needs to be down, much more down. So what can tend to happen is that the arms pull me up out of the body. But in this one, you want to sink with the body. As the arms are high, I'm actually sinking down, draining down the energy. So here, so just a few more, and just be really mindful of that the weight is always constantly draining down, especially when the hands high. When the hands are high, you want to be draining down. So kind of drain your energy down. Sink your feeling. Good. Good. Okay, just take the hands, just taking them high. High. Okay, spiral them at the bottom. Shake the whole body. Shake the feet. Shake the other foot. Yeah. Okay, good. Take a Bokken. Take. So we'll go straight into the first Suburi. Keep all the movements slow. So no speed, no power to start. So make the movement super clear. So starting in the right side, finding the back, cutting down. Keep it really no power. So finding the back, cutting down. Yeah, just in your own time. The first Suburi. Good. Okay, good. So we'll start with some point just about the feet, about the footwork, starting from the ground. The key thing is from this position, when you start, you don't want to adjust the back foot. So in this case, you don't want to move the foot at all. So the back foot, my left foot, stays in place. As you move, just press the weight into the foot. And as you make the cut, just sink the weight down. But this doesn't adjust. I just press weight through it. So sink back and then sink forward into the body. Don't adjust. Just press weight through it. Yeah. So it's a very simple movement. Press the weight, sinking forward. Press the weight into the back, sinking forward. Almost all the weight at this point is on my back leg. And then as you come forward, the weight shifts into the center of the body. So here, all the weight's in the back, and then press it forward. Yeah, but don't adjust the back foot in this case. Okay, keep going. That's good. Good. Okay, and then we'll go to the knees. So pay attention to the knees. They're actually very crucial in the movement. So what you don't want to happen, I show you bad first because it's easier to show bad. So in this case, what you don't want to do is twist against the knee joint. So when you do this position, you don't want the knee to come out of the structure of the foot. In this case, always think hip, knee, foot. So the structure in the body is actually going to sink down. So this becomes one line. And the moment I twist out of it or twist against the joint, I'm destroying the structure. So in this case, really allow the knee to sink into the foot. So the knee just presses into the toes, and the toes relax and spread. This is the same front leg as well. So the knee doesn't do any kind of twisting movement. It just sinks into the foot. And relax the toes so they can spread and receive the weight. Back and cut down. So just focus on the knees. They need to be flexible. And you don't do any kind of twisting movement with the knee. So just sink weight into it and keep the knees flexible. Yeah? You try. You're in time. Yeah. Okay, and then to the hips, just to focus on the hips. The focus tends to be on the front hip. So what tends to happen a lot is this, again, this kind of twisting movement. So a lot of tends to happen is that the front hip does a kind of twisting movement. Not really necessary. What you want to do is, in this case, focus on the back hip in a sense of pressing from the back of the body. So when you do this movement, yeah, really have the sense of connecting the back of the body and the back hip pressing forward. So here, yeah. Take the focus now to the back hip rather than the front hip. Tendencies to do these kind of things and kind of twist and destroy the structure. In this case, allow the front hip to just sit because your front foot's coming forward. The hip will naturally come forward. Yeah. But have the sense of pressure from the back, pressing forward, pressing forward, pressing forward. So try and link the back of the body. This is where all your power comes from. So the back and the down. In this case, go to the back hip. It's going to press in. Kind of shift your focus. Yeah, good, great, nice. Okay, good. And then just one more point. Go to now the kind of full feeling in the body or the full feeling in the form where the whole body does the movement. There's basically two kinds of people. There's dribblers and holders. So there's people that there's people that dribble through the cut, and there's people that hold the cut. I'll show you them so they're very clear. So the first one is the kind of dribble. This is where you finish the cut and kind of dribble through the form. Kind of dribble through the form. Hopefully you can see. Kind of dribble through. The form doesn't have any definition. It just kind of collapses at the end. And the other one is a kind of holding pattern where I'm kind of tight and rigid. So there's a kind of here. This. So there's kind of dribbling, and there's kind of being restrained and holding the cut back. So try and figure out which one you are, and then what you want to do is find something that's actually in between. The cut has a flexibility, but with a definition as well. So look for a real kind of sense of clarity in the form, but something that's actually flexible. So the final cut is not a holding movement, but it's got a sense of definition, but relaxation through it. So find at the end a sense of comfort, but don't destroy the form and kind of give it no definition. So really allow yourself to finish the cut. Finish the cut. So really with a sense of flexibility in the form. Okay, try. Don't dribble. Good. Okay, good. So just one more point about, or kind of to make it a bit clearer, it's actually a problem that's in the hands. So it's a problem that the hands and the arms dominate the movement. So in both cases, where the kind of dribble happens or the holding, it's where my hands, especially my hands, are dominating. They want to take control of the movement. Now, the hands are important, but they don't direct the movement and they don't control the movement. So the movement's actually directed by the center. Yeah, and the hands just follow. Okay, but they don't dominate. So when you focus on this movement, focus on the center work, and the center's actually finishing the movement. The snap in the hands comes from the fact that the center's fixing and the hand snap. The center fixes, the hand snap. But it's not that the hands take over and do it. So don't allow the hands to start or finish the movement, but the center does it. So just play now with the center work and allow the center to really finish. So, and the center's the thing that does it. It's not the hands. Okay, just a few more, and then we'll go a bit further. That's okay. Good. Very nice. So we'll go to Zengo Giri now. So cutting two directions, left and right. Start with the right side. Start with the first Suburi, so finding the back, cutting down. Now from here, just rotate. Use the top of the head and cut on the left side. So each time rotate, use the top of the head. In this case, don't find the back in the rotation. Just use the top of the head, cut down. This way. This way. Yeah? So in this case, start with the right side, finding the back, rotate through the body. This way. Yeah? Give it a try. Zengo Giri. Cutting front and back.
Alright. That's
Okay, so we'll go again, start with the feet again. So super basic. In this case, the footwork's very clear. The first movement, find the ground this way. Now from here, press into this back foot and it releases the front foot. This will allow you to rotate, to press the weight down into the back foot, rotate this foot. It goes 1, and then here, press the weight here, and then it opens the way for this foot to move. So it goes a 1, 2, but don't kind of twist out the body this way. So don't twist up, but sink down and press the weight down. And then from here, press the weight. Yeah. So it's a question of compression into the ground. Compress and then rotate. So in the movement curve here, compress into the back. Here. So you're constantly pressing from the back of the body and you're not twisting out of the ground and going forward. So press from always. Press into the back. Press into the back. Yeah, give it a try. Just focus on the compression, which is coming from the back foot. This allows for the rotation. Good. And again, especially in this movement, if the arms begin to dominate, the arms will destroy your structure. So if my power or if my power is being generated by the arms in the movement, it will pull me out of the ground in the rotation. So in this case, to generate power is from the ground. So when you make the movement, don't allow the arms to pull you out and then push down. In this case, it's just kind of coming out of the ground and pushing down. In this case, when you rotate, you want to sink the weight down, again from the back foot and press down. So when you raise the arm, don't pull up, don't be pulled up by it, but sink down with it. So weight constantly sinking down. As you rotate underneath the sword. The body rotates underneath it. This will allow you to maintain weight and generate power. But if I go to the arms and they dominate, I come in and out of the ground. But allow the weight to sink down. Sink down. Yeah, give it a try. Keep the weight down. You're breathing below. That's Okay, good. So we'll go to the second Suburi. Very simple in 2 movements. From the right side, take a step back, raise into Jodan Kamai above the head, find the back, and then cutting forward. So starting in the right side, go into Jodan Kamai, reach the back, and then striking down. Show a bit further away. Yeah. Yeah, the second Suburi. Give it a try. Your own time. So 2 steps. Just a detail on the angle of the sword. It's about 45 degrees. So in this case, the sword comes to this position. There's about a fist and a half between my head and the sword. Okay, so you want to be in this kind of position. Don't come into this position, and don't be in this position. So this is too straight, and this is too far to the back. In this case, Jodan Kamai is about 45 degrees. It's a protection for the head. So it's raised here. And I'm in a position where I can just find the back and cut. Yeah? So find the Jodan Kamai specifics here. Find the back and then cut down. Yeah, just look at your angle. It's about 45 degrees. That's it. Okay, good. And then just one general point about the Suburi, all these as well. Really feel where you start the movement from. So try and really notice. Do I start the movement in the hands, or do I start the movement with the pressure from the ground and convert it into the hips? So really notice, take your time, focus on the connection between the feet and the hip, and notice whether I'm actually starting the movement in the hands. So the first thing to go is my hands. I'm actually going against the structure that we're trying to train. So the structure that we're trying to train is sourcing my power from the ground, directing it with the hips, and expressing it through the hands. Now, if I start with the hands, I destroy that structure. And what I want to do is really consciously train it so that my movement comes from the ground, goes into the hip. And then from here, the same, from the ground, hip, and then the hands. So focus, in this case, it's super clear whether I go with the hands first or whether I feel I go with the ground, into the hip, ground. So really work on this structure, ground, hips, hands. Really work on that structure, consciously train that. Otherwise you go against it. So really feel, where does the first movement come from? Good. So we'll finish with just one really simple movement. This is the most direct cut you can do with a shomanuchi. So in this case, it's one step and one cut. And it's just this way. Okay. So in this case, it's from the front foot, it's just a slide, pressing from the back, and a cut down this way. This is a really straight shomanuchi cut. Just here and cutting down. Now in this case, you don't find the back. So you just raise and cut forward. Yeah? So it's here, just slide in and create the shomanuchi. So it's here, press and cut down. Yeah, give it a try. Really basic. It's the most practical cut you can do with a shomanuchi. Very direct. Okay, just put the bokkens to the side. What happens a lot in this, again, the hands dominate. So what's happening a lot is that the hands start the movement and finish the movement. So in this case, just have nothing in the hands. Don't do anything with them and just press the body forward. Now the hands will naturally swing forward. So pressure from the feet and movement forward will draw the hands forward into the movement. Now, what a lot of you are doing is going with the sword first, and what that would convert to in hand grip is like the hands pull forward. The hands pull me forward. But just allow the body movement to bring the hands forward. Just give that a try. That's it. Just allow the hands to swing. Don't do anything. Do nothing. That's it. Yeah. You gotta go a bit stupid in some of these exercises. So this is as if your arms have been pulled off and put back on with like a pin. So there's no power in the arms, no power. So imagine your arms have been ripped off and then just put back on with nothing. I don't want to put any strength into the arms. So do really nothing with the hands, totally nothing, and just swing them forward. They will go. Don't worry, your arms will come with you. So they just come with you. But you don't need to do anything with them. So no power at all. Yeah, that's it. Good. Perfect. Yeah. Good, Talia. Perfect. Good. Okay, now just add, you're going to do a little bit of kokyu work. So from here, start by doing nothing again. Go with the hip, and then just snap into the kokyu. So you're going to be here. Don't do anything, press in, and just finish with the kokyu. But don't allow the arms to dominate again. They follow and then they snap. So they follow and then snap. They follow and snap. Yeah, just try that. Just in your own time. So now you just add the focus. Yeah, that's it. Good. Good. Good, Serena. Good. That's it. Okay, then go back to the sword. Just take your sword again. Take the same feeling. So you can start by actually just do nothing. Just allow the arms to follow. Do nothing, allow the arms to follow. And then just start to raise and cut. Start with a small movement. And then start to open the movement out. You're going to raise and snap. Yeah? Give it a try. Use the same feeling you just had. That's good. And the very last thing we'll do, when you open the angles out with the cuts up, you can choose any kind of shominuchi cut, any kind of straight cut, just make the movement. So cut freely and just keep everything connected and straight with a shominuchi. So cutting down the center of the body. Any cut, just either step, rotate, and just keep the focus on the ground. Stepping, cutting down. So every movement's a cut. This way. Yeah, give it a try. The last thing. So nice and free. Choose an angle. Keep the cut very precise. Nice, clear shominuchi.
お、
Okay, good. So we'll come to a stop. So we'll most of the morning classes we'll focus on Bokken work, and we'll focus really in detail in the Suburi. And the key to the work, or what we'll look at, is really going in depth into the Suburi. So not trying to replicate partner practice or any of the kind of partner work we do, but really going to the solo work and on details and profundity and depth in terms of the structure. So all the work is really done in those movements. And for me, this is where the transformation really is possible, or that where the real work is done. So yeah, this is where the main focus is going to be for this week. Well, rather than trying and get the practice to the partner work, we try and for this time kind of forget the partner work and just go to what we're doing. And the key thing is trying to transform the form training and the visual training into kinesthetic feeling. Trying to how do we transfer what we're seeing into a kind of personal kinesthetic feeling? That's the kind of work for me. So if you have any questions, we'll do them now. We'll take a bow out. No? All clear?
Thank you.
Coffee time.
Yeah? Good. Okay, we'll bow out. どうもありがとう。
どうもありがとうございました。